This is the bed where I'm at, and I was able to come all the way from here. The walkway comes around. You can see I still have my tools out where I was working. Out all the way around this whole area. When I say I have weeds, here we go. This and these here, this is all weeds. This is what this looked like yesterday. Mulching is amazing. So while I'm here, I want to share another quick tip. I realized this year something that I was doing that was preventing a whole nother issue in my life. I have a habit of using my rubber kitchen gloves to do my weeding, for the reason that I do early morning weeding. It gets super hot here in Georgia, and muggy and sticky and humid. So what I would do, the issue that I would run into with early morning weeding is wet weeds. So I got into a habit of using my rubber kitchen gloves to do my weeding. They stop almost all the thorns. They have very good grip, and I don't have to worry about my leather gloves getting soppy, soggy, nasty every time I come out to the garden. So out of a whole nother habit, I was using kitchen latex gloves. So let me share with you something that I found out along my journey this year. Where I was using my gloves because I was needing to get in the garden very early in the morning, and I started not having to worry about my morning schedule and was weeding during the day with leather gloves. And I've already had issues with poison oak, poison ivy, poison sumac before. So I know to be very careful when I'm pulling weeds. Been very good. Very, very good this year to make sure I put on my leather gloves. Not realizing that my prior practice of latex gloves was actually preventing me from getting poison oak, poison ivy, and poison sumac. Because here's what would happen. Because I was using latex gloves, I would use the gloves, go into the kitchen sink, and wash them with dishwashing soap, turn them inside out to make sure that they dried inside, because if you've ever had latex gloves on, you know they sweat a little bit. Turn them inside out, and good to go for the next day. This year, I decided that I would use leather gloves. Here's an issue with leather gloves. Unbeknownst to me, when I grabbed the poison oak and poison ivy and poison sumac with the leather gloves, it held onto the oils, and it was transferable. It was transferable not while it's wet. It's transferable. Forget this. From what I understand and from the research that I did, up to a year. The oils from poison oak, poison ivy, and poison sumac can stay active for up to a year. So, what happened was, I wiped sweat with my leather gloves, and that transferred poison ivy. So, little me had to make a trip to the doctor to get rid of it. So, I realized by using the latex gloves, my habit was going in. My habit was to wash my hands with that rinsed away all that oil, and I was good to go. I was preventing myself from getting poison oak, poison ivy, and poison sumac without even realizing it. So guess what? I'm back to using rubber gloves. Simple as that. My hands don't get wet from the wet weeds in the morning. I can get it done early. I do not get poison oak and poison ivy and poison sumac, and they stop most any thorns. You might have one or two you have to be careful of. That's a good quick tip. It was preventing me. And I don't know if you've ever had latex gloves, but it's not a pleasant thing to do to wipe your forehead with latex. So you're not prone to do that. But with the leather gloves, they're nice and soft. Doesn't matter. So there's a quick tip. Use your kitchen gloves for more than doing dishes. Here's a quicker tip. Use paper plates in the kitchen and use your latex gloves in the garden. So here's the happy weeding. Latex gloves. My hibiscus plants here. So while I was here, I went ahead and trimmed them back because they were in the way for me to be able to get underneath them. Like I said, my beds had gotten neglected for a little over a year, so you know they needed to be overhauled. So I went ahead and my hibiscus was through blooming. They did really great this year, but they were through blooming, and I needed to get up underneath there to get all those cleaned out. This little tree, I don't know how he escaped me putting all my Christmas trees away this last Christmas, but he's still standing. Went ahead and trimmed back my rose bush while I was there again, just to be able to reach up underneath there and clean out all of that. I also have some plants in here that I had some bottle brush plants here. They were gorgeous. I absolutely loved them. We had a harsh, wet winter this last winter, and it just devastated them all. So I lost all of my bottle brushes. I'll have to be replacing them because I love having them here in this corner. But I'll need to replace those, and I got a little bit more to do, but this is where I'm at so far, and still have a little area right here. I had already worked a little bit not too long ago, but then I just thought, well, I need to start at the beginning, wrap all the way around, so I'll have to hit that again. And then this leads all the way up to the waterfall. So all of these beautiful yellow flowers here, they only have a few little weeds scattered in there. I'll pull out while I go. But then I need to get over here to the waterfall, and it has definitely took a beating this year with all the trees that have fallen. This is where the tornado had taken down when it come through. It had taken down a tree. So it's still definitely needing some work. I gotta get in here and repair the damages. This is where the tree come down here, so we still have brush. Still have huge trees up there that needs to come down and still need to get up. We got all this cut up. Need to get it hauled off to the other side over to my wood splitter and get this split up for the, maybe not this winter because I already have a bunch that's seasoned, but definitely needs to be cut up and put away.